All right, what is going on, everybody? It is Max from Max Fitness, and today we're going to be putting artificial intelligence to the test to see if you can make these two different recipes, make them anabolic, have great macros, but also see if they taste great. So, this is going to be the second time we ran this test. This time I cut it down to two recipes, but I chose two of my favorites that I love to do, and I think that could work really well. But we're going to have to wait and see, find out whether or not they do or not. So first we're going to be doing is carnitas, or chicken carnitas. As you see me flip a piece of freaking chicken. So pretty much all the recipe said for this was cut the chicken into bite-sized chunks, put it in a pan, brown it, cook it until it was basically done. And then after that, here we're adding a bunch of different spices. Of course, the recipe is going to be down below. If anybody wants to go check it out, try to remake this like I did. Of course, at the end, I probably will give my thoughts on some stuff that I would change. And I guess I could already tell you guys 100%, I would not cook the chicken this way and for this long. So I would personally shred the chicken. I think it would turn out much better that way. Like if you cooked it whole with all the juices or something like that, and like baked it, or similar to how the barbacoa is going to be later. But anyways, shred it. Don't overcook your chicken, because I think what AI did here was it took basically what it would do with pork and just subbed it for chicken. And pork and chicken breast cooked for a long time act very differently. And then also here, I wouldn't go so heavy. This isn't even like all of the red pepper. I held back because I was like, I'm just going to be eating fucking mouthfuls of red pepper, and I didn't want to do that, and this was going to be my lunch. So I wanted to at least make it taste okay. So basically, you just put the onions and the peppers in there like that. Again, I probably wouldn't do it this way. I would cook the onions and peppers a little bit beforehand. But again, that's personally, I don't really know what's traditional, but that's basically it. Now we're going to plate this. I plated this so bad, y'all. I'll be honest with you. I normally pride myself on plating, but this shit was dog shit. It was really bad. But just put down, I did about 2 servings of rice, plated a shit ton of basically just peppers and onions with a little bit of chicken, and then that was basically it. So let's go ahead and get into the tasting, see if it tastes better than it looks. Alrighty, what's going on, y'all? Got me my chicken carnitas. This does not seem very traditional to me, to be honest with you. But I didn't put in traditional into the chat, so maybe I'll try that in another video. It's just one based on only traditional recipes, but I'm still excited. I think it's gonna taste good. I already have some like preconceived notions, kind of like with the last ones that I did, where I feel like they definitely did some things that I wouldn't do, and we're gonna find out here in a second whether or not it is confirmed or not. But I'll let you guys know after I taste it. Chicken, rice. Really is just an elevated chicken and rice. Fuck. Bitch. There we go. I mean, super tasty, super flavorful. One thing, this is again the one thing that I personally kind of like was worried about, was they tell you to cook the chicken at the very start. And what I think happened was basically, carnitas is not traditionally with chicken, and it's normally like with pork. So with pork, you can cook down for a long period of time and it doesn't like dry out or it doesn't get any tough. Problem is, this chicken has been cooking for, it feels like 20-30 minutes. Basically, even when you simmer it, it's still cooking. So it's not exactly as tender as I'd want it to be, or as juicy. It's still super flavorful and it still tastes really good. But the biggest thing that I would say, if I was going to, anyways, if I was going to change anything about this recipe, it would be cook the chicken and then take it out, or maybe just cook it like halfway before putting the rest of the stuff in. Another small thing is I would cook the peppers and onions first. So it's like super basic. I don't know why they put the peppers in after everything's been done. I would soften the peppers beforehand. But besides that, I mean, if you fix the chicken and make it not dry as fuck, then I think it'd be really good, because the flavors are all really good. Flavors are all there. There's other stuff that I'd probably add. Definitely a little dry going down the throat, but overall not too bad. This one's pretty good. Let's go ahead and try the next one, the barbacoa. This one I have even more concerns about, because it goes from beef to chicken, but we'll find out here in a second. Okay, we're good. Alrighty, and moving on to the next recipe after that extremely mediocre performance from the AI, we're going to be trying barbacoa. This is one of my favorites. I used to actually make this a lot back whenever I was fat as fuck, and I would just eat this with burritos that I would make, and it was absolutely delicious. Not exactly the healthiest, but here basically it's just a bunch of spices with some stuff and then some onions, and then you're literally just going to cover the chicken in. I'll be honest, when I was first doing this, I really didn't have high hopes. I'll be honest with you guys. This did not, to me, look... It didn't look like... I'll be honest. I mean, you look at that, it's just like chopped onions and like brown stuff. And I'll be honest, it really didn't look that appetizing. I personally was not looking too much of a... I wasn't too big of a fan. Going into the tasting, we'll see how it tastes later, but my preconceived notions are a little, not sure how I feel about it so far. Again, especially because I've made barbacoa in the past, and this is not how I did it. Again, very different because it was beef, not chicken. But anyways, you basically just cover all that shit in the chicken, or you cover the chicken and all that shit. There we go. Put a lid on it, put that bitch in the oven for a while, and then it's done. And that's literally it. After that, you just gotta shred it. You could do the 2 forks method, which I'm acting like I'm doing here. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't do it. Basically, I would recommend, if you guys have a KitchenAid, like I do, you just basically chunk the chicken in there with the paddle attachment, and you literally like sort of, not blend it, but you turn the shit on, and it shreds it super fast, and it's so much easier than with just 2 fucking forks. I made this with some little low-fat cheese and then low-carb tortillas, and it's now, after everything, it's looking pretty decent. Gonna put this in the air fryer, melt the cheese, get it a little crispy, but we'll see how it tastes. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty, what's going on, y'all? I got my chicken barbacoa quesadillas here. I think they look pretty good. Excited to give them a try because I love barbacoa personally. You don't have to put them in this. I just kind of decided to. A little fucking dripping, a little wet. Let's give it a try. That is very good. Okay. Analytically, let me break this down. Very good. Some stuff I still might change, but one of the best recipes, especially for how easy it was, which was literally put everything into a bowl, mix it, put some chicken in, throw it in the oven. Super easy, definitely the easiest recipe I've made. And when you balance the difficulty of making plus the flavor, highly, highly, highly would recommend giving this a try. Also, you don't need anything really too fancy for this. All relatively basic ingredients. And definitely would recommend putting it into a quesadilla because this shit is fucking tasty. So ChatGPT, both the recipes, highly would recommend trying. Both of them turned out super fucking good. That is amazing. So, if you guys have any other recipes you guys want me to try, anything you want me to try with the ChatGPT, any other ChatGPT type of stuff you want me to try, post in the comments below. Love to try it out. And if you guys like this type of content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.